It was a cold, dark, and lonesome night. Zeus' thunder roared across the heavens. The wind howled like praying hyenas, and the rain, as if having no precedent, came pouring down endlessly at will. In everyone's mind, Typhoon Tisoy has overtaken the province of Masbate.
Among the populace affected by the typhoon is Aling Aimee. For her, it did not come as a surprise that Typhoon Tisoy did not leave without a trace. Ano man po ang nagsulod sa isip niyo sa nagkusog na ang oran?
Naisip ko dahil yun ang akong mga anak ay sabi ganyan sinamon kapitan. Tuta daw yun na maabot na bagyo, anamon atop, rulo. Isip ko anak kung aanhon ko kung dili dahil matapos ang bagyo. Naisip ko man mag-ampo kay ang Ginoo lagadan makabulig sa aton kung ano naman mangyayari. Lalo na sabi ganyan atong kuno mga kalikasan, naku nga, wala na nakuha sa puno. Bakit maggrabe ang bagyo, kaluoy man naman, di naman aram kung mapakain kami.
Aling Aimee is one of the many people around the globe who is, in some way, a victim of climate change. However, for us to better understand the circumstances that we are in, we must first define climate change itself.
The National Geographic defines climate change as a long-term shift or alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a particular region or global setting. The same phenomenon encompasses global warming, which refers to a long-term rise in temperature of the planet.
Us humans have come face to face with these two environmental threats due to multiple disruptive human activities ranging from deforestation, high greenhouse gas emissions from manufacturing and energy generation industries, and overconsumption and excessive use of our natural resources, among many others. In the aftermath, the Earth's temperature increased by 1 degree Celsius since 1900 and is expected to rise anew about 1.5 degrees Celsius by the end of the decade, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC.
This has led to extreme weather events such as frequent and severe droughts, typhoons, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans that can directly inflict harm on local flora and fauna species, destroy the places they inhabit, and most probably wreak havoc on people's livelihoods and communities.
As inhabitants of the planet, each of us needs to make few changes to avoid reaching the catastrophic tipping point in order to buy ourselves the necessary time for our economies, technologies, and society as a whole to make vital adaptations towards a sustainable future.
Picture this. You're a college student who is living on a tight allowance that is hardly enough to last you the whole month. So you've decided to properly budget the money you have on hand and cut down on unnecessary expenses until the next tranche of your allowance arrives. This response is called adaptation, and it is exactly what we need to address the effects of climate change.
In history, mankind has undergone countless adaptations for survival. Today, the same can be said in the face of the ongoing climate crisis. Adaptation itself happens in a variety of ways. First is the pressure for regulatory change in government policies. The Philippines, for example, is a signatory to the Kyoto and Paris Protocol, which mandates measures for the reduction of carbon dioxide emissions and other critical greenhouse gases. As a member of the United Nations, we also adhere to the Sustainable Development Goal 13, which calls for action to combat climate change and its impacts.
Adaptation can also be fueled up with technological advances, such as building flood defenses, setting new warning system for cyclones, use of renewable energy sources, and switching to drought-resistant agricultural crops and produce to redesigning communication system and business operation.
At grassroots level in communities, adaptation takes shape in well-built modern houses, reforestation, practicing non-invasive fishing techniques, recycling of plastics, and contingency plans in times of natural disasters such as typhoon.
Just recently, Google has begun prohibiting ads and monetization of YouTube videos and publisher content that deny climate change or contradict well-established scientific consensus about the causes of climate change. This is a crucial step taken by Google in cracking down disinformation, since majority of people's source of information are from their search engines.
Pursuant to Proclamation number 1667, our annual Global Warming and Climate Change Consciousness Week, with the theme Adapting for a Sustainable Future, aims to amplify the call for greater awareness on the current climate crisis and the ways we can secure a sustainable future for all humankind.
Many people are unaware of what global warming will mean for the human civilization. Too often it seems we underestimate the serious risks involved in failing to act.
At the end of the day, always remember
That the future of all humanity
Lies in the hands of our planet,
the climate, and its people.